Research is conducted in a manner that respects right. Because even the human, even the animal, they have their right. So when you try to do some experiment on them, you need to respect your right, your well-being, the dignity of the participant, as well as the integrity and credibility of the research process itself. So you want to make sure everything you've done in your research, what will not harm others. So there are a few ethical considerations you can study. So we will go to each of them one by one. Like the first one, respect for autonomy. Respect for autonomy means that the researcher must respect the right of individual in make your own informed decision about participating in the research. That means if you want someone to join your research, no matter is like the interview, like the Soviet questionnaire, or being any participants, they need have the right to say they are bidding to join your research or not. So they have their own right, and you need to respect them. If they say they are bidding to try, then is okay. If you are not willing to join your research project, you don't have the rights to force them to join your research work. So the researchers should honor participant the right to withdraw from participations, even though they be at the first place. They say okay and willing to join your survey, but then they do and you have made it feel like they're uncomfortable, yet don't really like it. They said no, I want to be drawn. You must let them be drawn, because you need to respect your right. Even if they change their mind, they deleted all your reasons, is not really aligned to my interest, so I want to withdraw from your research book. You must allow them to withdraw. This is the respectful out of. The next is about the beneficents. Beneficials meaning that the researcher have a duty to maximize the benefit of research while minimizing potential harms to the participants. So beneficials means that when good participants join your research, they can at least get benefits. They learn something, they get something, but not getting harm after joining your research. So this includes, you need to access and balance the potential risk against potential benefit. Because when they enjoy your survey, for example, they have some risk or they have some benefit. Let's say you need to obtain the blood sample from human. You need to drop the blood from the blood vessel. So they have the risk. The risk is like maybe you go get infection, or they will not feel comfortable after losing too much blood, or anything. There's their potential risk. But you need to make sure that the benefit they get is higher than the risk they face. So for example, you can tell them what benefit they can. If let's say you can help them, you're doing some research about the black content or the black pressure, everything. You can check over their blood and you can tell them, okay, although you give me your blood to do the aspirin, but I can give you some benefits that I can tell you. What is the condition of your blood? Based on our aspirin, maybe you have very low white blast out, and you need to go to see a doctor, for example, so at least they can get some knowledge. They can know something, that they can have some benefit, more than the risk after joining your survey. So you need to take steps to ensure participant well-being and conducting research that contributes positively to the society. You need to make sure that your research will not harm the human, your body secret, and even the society. Because most of the significance of the study is mass. is not a mass, but it is better to contribute to the society, is positively. So you need to make sure your research is good for the human, good for your participant, good for the society, and also non-beneficials. So the non-maleficent is basically the same thing. Beneficial is there you get the benefits. But non-benefits means that they won't get harm after joining your research. So the researcher must strive to do no harm to the participant. If they get any harm during your research, they can sue you, so they should anticipate and minimize any potential physical, physiological, all social harm that could arise from the participants. So no matter as harms like you, they get a blood loss, cutting wounds, or even psychological. They are not feeling good. They are mentally feel not good after joining your research. This is not okay as well. We cannot let them physically and mentally harm after joining your research. So don't be super of non-maleficence, like how not to kill. If you really do some experiments on animals, like red fish or anything, not to kill is impossible, right? Because somehow, when you're trying to test on some drugs, everything, the mouse, the red, if you die. So what you need to do is try to minimize. Do as less as possible that during your research. Or don't cause any pain or suffering. So when you try to you do some research on the animals, regrets, and they are very suffer. So if they are very suffer, you need to allow them to die. You know, if they are suffering like this, it is better to die. So even if the matter to kill the animal, there are several matters that you need to follow. According to the article that the institutions or the hospital provided to you. So let's say they say, you need to use this way to kill the rats. You need to use that way to kill the fish, for example. So you need to follow the way, because the way is the best way that show minimal. Suffer minimal harm to the organizer. Also, if that the people they feel of fan or incapacity, or deprive other goods of life, or the human, for example, you cannot let them feel not good after joining a Soviet sperm. So this is con and male official. Yes, here's come the most important thing. If you are trying to do some interview surveys, you need to have informed consent, especially in-depth interview. So informed consent is like a paper. On the paper, you will write about what is the aim of your study, and unique then the participant to join your survey, to join your interview, and unique mention that what is this aim, what is the significance of your research, and what can they get and what they should do, and they can withdraw from the survey or interview. So, you write something like this and let them sign on it. So that is called informed consent. So researchers should obtain voluntary and informed consent from participant or the illegal representative before involve them in the research. So let's say you want to interview someone who have a very bad experience after car accidents. You need to let them sign on this informed consent, saying that they themselves are bidding to join your research activities. Oh, let's see if you want to have some interview or survey on children. For children, they don't have the right. They cannot make the proper decision. So you need to get their legal representative decision of signature on this informed consent. So let's say you want to ask the children. You can get the informed consent from their parents. But because their parents is the legal representative, if their parent agree, Then you can interview the children's. So informed consents require the party seekers to become competent to understand. After they read the information, they understand what are you trying to do. They understand that their information's privacy must be kept insecure. And they kept their own voluntary decisions to join, to participate on your research. So this is about the informed consent.